Ever been caught between two incredibly powerful sorceresses, each capable of leveling a castle with the wave of a hand, and wondered if you escape with your dignity and or balls intact? If so, you've basically had the Geralt of Rivia experience from The Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt. This open-world RPG by CD Projekt Red drops you into a war-torn fantasy world filled with monsters, political chaos and a set of complicated choices that stick with you long after the credits roll. Among these choices, few feel as personal as deciding between Yennefer of Vengerberg and Triss Merigold. But this choice isn't simply about romance, for these two characters embody the game's central tension between destiny and free will. Yennefer plays a game of power, wielding influence from within the system, while Triss works from the fringes of society, fighting for those left behind. The way the game forces you to engage with these dynamics through personal relationships is one of its strongest narrative achievements. Yennefer, as the Emperor's advisor, operates within the highest echelons of power, using institutional leverage to achieve her goals. She is a strong believer of faith, in paths set in stone, and she will do whatever it takes to secure them. Triss, on the other hand, works on a more secretive level, leading a resistance force to help a set of persecuted mages escape a major city. She rejects faith, instead embracing choice and moral obligation over political maneuvering. Because of this stark difference, again, the choice isn't just a romantical one. It's an ideological choice about what morals are most important to the player. This struggle becomes most apparent in a quest towards the middle of the game. This quest is called The Last Wish, and sees Geralt having to make a choice to break the curse that bound Geralt's and Yennefer's fates long ago. The curse is the source of their unbreakable love. Or is it? Yennefer, never one to accept anything she can't control, proposes breaking the spell to see if their feelings are genuine or merely the result of magical interference. It's a moment of vulnerability. Would you risk what you have for an answer you may not like, or be content with the unknown? Ultimately, you break the curse. Choosing to stay with Yennefer means embracing destiny. Trusting that love exists beyond the curse's influence. It's an act of faith, a belief in that some bonds transcend magic and manipulation. Choosing to walk away, however, that love should be a matter of free will, not cosmic design. Triss's romance, by contrast, develops without supernatural forces shaping it, representing a conscious choice rather than a preordained faith. The game, however, refuses to give a definitive answer. There is no objectively right or wrong choice. It simply asks the player to commit to a perspective and live with the emotional weight of this decision. Try to play both sides, however, and the game won't let you get off easy. Attempting to romance both sorcerers lead to a comically disastrous moment where they team up to humiliate you, driving home the game's core philosophy: choices matter, and there's no easy way out. Beyond the romance, Yennefer and Triss have their own ambitions and arcs that persist regardless of Geralt's involvement. Yennefer has her own goals, be it investigating curses or manipulating rulers, without waiting for Geralt's approval. Triss continues her fight for the oppressed, even if Geralt turns his back on her cause. This independence makes them feel like real characters, rather than just love interests, reinforcing the game's broader theme of fate, power and moral consequence. In a world filled with monsters, kings and war, The Witcher finds its most compelling struggles in the deeply personal. By integrating romance into the main story, rather than relegating it to an optional side content, the game ensures that relationships become a lens through which the player engages with its themes. Yennefer's story challenges whether fate can be resisted, while Triss's arc reminds us that love and loyalty are choices, not inevitabilities. Ultimately, The Witcher is a game about agency, power and the weight of decisions. Do we trust destiny or forge our own path? Do we seek power within the system or fight for those abandoned by it? And sometimes, the toughest battles aren't fought with swords and spells, but in the quiet, deeply human moments that shape who we are.